we are back. It's Real Table Talk. Oh my goodness. What is going? We are back. It's Real Table Talk. Oh my goodness. Can you hear that? Is that just me, or can we hear that? We can hear a bit of a background. Let me just sort that out. Is that just me, or can we hear that? Let me get that sorted.
Just some gremlins.
Is that better? Is that better? Yes, I think it is. I had my Facebook Live on as well as my Zoom, so that's why you could hear that vibration. But anyway, we always have technical problems. Doesn't matter. It's a learning curve. We all learn from these things so we can move forward. But enough about that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Real Table Talk. Yes, we are back. It's Sunday. It's 5 o'clock. Woohoo! We have so missed you guys. Oh my goodness, I missed you. Where have you been, you ask? Summer holidays. We have been away, relaxing, sorting out our networking to get lots of different people to come on the platform to share their amazing stories, their amazing journeys with you guys. So yes, we are back, and we are back now every week right through up to Christmas. Christmas. Are we talking about Christmas already, Marcia?
Oh please, goodness. I don't even know.
We are packed up right until Christmas, so I'm so excited. Thank you so much, everybody, in advance who are going to be coming on this platform and sharing your stories with us. Well appreciated. Before we go any further, let me introduce myself. Who's that woman talking? It's me. It's Leslie O'Connor, and I am the founder of Real Table Talk. And you're asking, what is this platform for, Leslie? It is for you to share your stories on this platform, to share your journey with us. That is why this platform is here. Wow, I feel like I haven't been on here for ages, and I've just got so much to inform you of. But first of all, before I take up any more space, let me introduce to you, or bring back our co-host. It's Marcia. Yay!
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi. And just to let you all know, I am Marcia, and I am an international certified coach, and I specialize in trauma recovery and emotional resilience after narcissistic abuse. So I support women that way. I am also in the healthcare industry. So I have over 30 years in the healthcare industry as an advanced medical practitioner and lecturer as well. And I also have a business, Life Inspired Wellness, which is all about supporting women to find their way back to themselves through tools and strategies to help them through their transformation and healing. So that is me.
Wow. Thank you so much, Marcia. And welcome back. Isn't it nice?
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah,
gosh,
it has been a while. It has. We've had the bank holiday Monday, but no carnival. What's that?
No carnival, I know.
Yeah. But yeah,
very weird.
I know. It feels like it's been a very long time since we haven't been on this platform. Yeah. But to everyone who's watching, and I hope you are watching, I hope you have remembered, it's Sunday, it's 5 o'clock, it's Real Table Talk. We are back on this platform, so please, please join us. And please share. When you're watching, this isn't just for you, it's to share with somebody else. So please share and sit back and relax. We're here for the next 45 minutes to an hour. And we have got an amazing guest. Drum roll. Drum roll, please. Exactly. We have got Martin Hylton on the platform today with us to share his story with us. So welcome, Martin, and thank you so much for coming on the platform today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. I'm humbled to be here. My story is worthy of being on your platform, so I'm feeling quite honoured. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. This is amazing. This is really nice. I just want people to know that this is recorded and this will be on my YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the comments, so please subscribe. Don't be shy. Subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to watch any of the previous interviews with Real Table Talk, if you subscribe, you will get all the recordings or all the interviews on there. So please subscribe to the channel. I just want to make sure that I've said all what I needed to say. I want to read all my notes, because I've made myself some notes to make sure that yes, UTM, Unity Through Music. Let me just say a big shout out to you guys. We will be back in the studios next week. Today we are all working from home working, that's fine, but next week Sunday, that's the 26th of September, we will be live at Unity Through Music Studios, recording studios, so we will be there. And what else do I need to say?
The other thing actually is that any comments, I will do my best to read them out. And we've got May Hylton who says, nice to see us back. So
hi. Yeah. Hi, excellent. And I can see John's watching, Trey's watching. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. Please don't be shy, share it on to somebody else so they can watch as well. But no, brilliant. So Martin, wow, we have been off air for the past, is it about 3 weeks, Marcia?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we've been off air and you are our first guest.
Wow, no pressure.
No pressure, but I know you've got an amazing story. So let me just tell our audience a little bit about yourself before we go into our questions. So Martin is a dancer and became a dancer at the age of 9 years old. Wow, that's amazing. And he danced at Harehills Youth Dance Group under the direction of Nadine Senior MBE. He successfully auditioned for the Northern School of Contemporary Dance in 1987, and in 1998 won a C&A Cosmopolitan Young Dancer of the Year award. Wow, we need to know about that. That's amazing. To start dancing at 9. Oh my goodness. Also, after graduating from NSCD, he joined the Nye Carte, have I pronounced that right?
Nye Carte Blanche.
Right, okay. This was the beginning of a special relationships with the Scandinavian, as Martin went on to work and perform with companies such as, I can't say it, Skanes Dance Theatre. I'm dyslexic, all right, I don't know all these words. Solid Dance Theatre, and that was in Sweden under the direction of Patrick King. And Martin has also worked and performed with various companies in the UK, including Phoenix Dance Theatre, and has seen him build strong connections within the industry. Martin has taught contemporary dance throughout his career all over the world in professional, educational, custodial and community settings. He became the Youth Dance Academy Director for Teens Valley based in Holmwood School, Middlesbrough, and in 2008 Martin joined the Centre for Advanced Training team based at Dance City. Wow, Martin. Wow, Martin, you've done all sorts. Martin is now a high-profile leader in the dance community. He holds a master's degree in arts, business and creativity from Newcastle University and is a core leadership fellow through the Clare Leadership Programme. And his passion for dance, Martin realised his vision to create Gateway Studio project in 2012. Wow, Martin, I hope I've done you justice there. It's like reading out your bio. It's
really weird to hear somebody read
yeah,
your past back to you. It's weird, yeah.
it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. So, first of all, 9 years old. How did you know at 9 that you wanted a career in dance?
You know what? I guess the first thing I want to share with you is Martin's kind of like my professional name, and it's typical Jamaicans. No one calls me Martin unless I'm at work. Everybody calls me Wayne. Everybody.
Okay.
So it's really weird to sit here and hear you guys call me Martin. Yeah, do you know what? It wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Back in the day, when we was at middle school, Harehills Middle School, Nadine Senior had this vision that dance should be on the PE curriculum. So everyone had the opportunity to do creative dance at Harehills Middle School. And it wasn't until you was in your final year there that you could choose to join the youth group or be in the school's annual production. So at that time, yeah, everybody was dancing at the age of 9. Everybody, you didn't even have a choice. It was part of PE. So, you know, 1 minute you're doing gymnastics and playing pirates, jumping on all the equipment, and then the next term you're in the gym doing contemporary creative dance.
Wow. And what did you think of being contemporary dance? It's all the stretching. So, well, not stretching, but how did you know to do all these like different moves? It's just.
Well, do you know what? It's yeah, it's all down to the technique that Nadine applied, I guess. And it was never about becoming a dancer. It was all about storytelling without words. And that was it. We were just telling stories without words. And then it was, your attention was drawn to your physicality while you was doing that. And through that process, you began to become aware of, you know, your alignment, your positioning, what your limbs are doing. But there was no such thing as you know, dance lessons. It was dance, but it wasn't dance lessons. It was like bowling out England in a game of cricket. You know what I'm saying? It was like you could be Viv Richards and you're telling a story, you know, and you're running down and you're bowling a ball, and all that physicality. The story was there. It was given to you. It was in your head. It was current. You know, England versus the West Indies, for example. It was all current, and so you could really relate to it as a kid. And all that motion of, if you look at, if you imagine a bowler bowling the ball and all the physicality within that, telling that story, that turns into a piece of movement, and I guess they call that dance.
Wow. That's what I find fascinating, actually. You know, how you can tell that story through all these different movements. You know, I just find it just really.
So it would make it more interesting for kids at that age, because I guess when you think about Harehills Middle School, where it's placed, you know, in the inner city, you know, perhaps, you know, if you said we're going to have dance lessons, no, you know, nobody'd be interested in that. You know, it'd be like, but it's to making it so interesting, you know. So you, like you said, you're not saying you're coming to a dance class, you know. You know, it's part of the, you know, the curriculum of, I don't know, PE, but making it in a way that is much more interesting for people to want to, you know, for the children to want to do it.
Yeah.
And to be able to express themselves in that way, in a different way, actually, to what you'd normally be used to. So, yeah.
Nice. I think she was a genius, to be honest. You know, it's had a huge, I mean, even the impact it's had on individual lives, but also the impact it's had on the community in Leeds, the growth of the school, the growth of Phoenix, the growth of RJC have all come out of this, you know, what happened at Harehills in the 70s. And it's had a massive impact on the dance sector, not only in the UK, but internationally as well. I mean, you know, for such a small area, a small inner city, the amount of professional dance artists that came out of little old Leeds, in fact, out of Harehills and Chapeltown, is phenomenal. People still talk about that story today. I mean, that was the birth of contemporary dance in the north of England. Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Marcia, before we go any further, have we got any comments? Anybody who would like to, you know, who's watching or saying hello to everybody who's out there?
Lady Fee.
Hi, Fiona.
Yeah, and she says, long time, Martin.
We did.
Yeah, and lovely to see us back. And she's saying good evening.
Thank you.
As well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And she also says, it's so true what you've just said as well, Winnie. Yeah. So sorry, I'm calling you Winnie.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
No, that's what you used to.
Yeah.
So from living in Leeds, so to dancing in all these different parts of the world, what age did you start doing that then?
I was in Harehills when and I was 13 years old when we got invited to Florence, Italy, to go and perform in Florence, Italy, and it was a disaster. But back in those days, to get on a plane, I remember my dad dressed me up in a three-piece suit, and pinstripe suit, you know, and a grip, and he walked me to the bus. You know, everybody else wearing joggers and tracksuits, but they're traveling. No, not my dad. My dad dressed me up in a three-piece pinstripe.
True.
And but that was the first time I traveled, let alone going anywhere to dance or anything. And I think the very thought that somebody would pay for a ticket, they would buy a ticket for you, they would put you on a plane, they would put you up in a hotel, and then you go out there and you do your bit, you tell your story, you dance your evening, and then they fly you home. At the age of 13, coming from Harehills, yeah, that was like, yo, man, I could get used to this. I could get used to this. People want to pay me to come and do this. Yeah, I can get used to it. And so I think that was the first time I really traveled. Yeah. But in terms of being hooked on dance, I've got to say this because I've got to give a massive shout out to each and everybody who was in Mario Peely back in the day. Mario Peely, those guys, you know, they were the first for me. And I remember sitting at Harehills Primary School, not Harehills Middle, Harehills Primary School, and watching Mario Peely come in and do a show about the Olympics. And I remember I was so entertained sitting there watching Black people like me performing, and yeah, I can still to this day see parts of their performance. And I remember sitting there as a kid going, I want to do that. I want to do that. So yeah, shout out to everybody who was in Mario Peely, man. Enough love, enough respect, because even before Nadine, if it hadn't been for Mario Peely, man, I probably won't be doing what I'm doing now. Probably won't be here. That blew me away as a kid, definitely.
Wow.
Wow, that's lovely. That's amazing.
Leeds, man, Leeds.
Wow, that's amazing. Because a couple of months ago, quite a few months ago now, we had Sharon Watson, MBE, on the platform and sharing her story and her experience of the Phoenix. So, you know, so she started at what, 16? She moved away, lived in London, you know, at 16. So what age did you actually move from home and then go?
Oh man, I was lucky. I got offered a job at the age of 19 in Norway, on the west coast of Norway. I mean, it's a little town to us, but it's their second biggest town, or biggest city, I should say, called Bergen, and it's on the west coast of Norway. And yeah, at the age of 19, I left home, packed a bag, left mom crying at the airport, and I was gone. I was gone. You know what? I didn't have a good time in England, you know, and I as a kid, I always said I was going to get out of England by the age of 21. I was going to leave England and go somewhere else. And I got the opportunity to get gone at the age of 19, man. And I grabbed the opportunity with both hands, 2 foot, and I was gone.
Wow, so young. So
Yes.
young, and having that in you, you know, to like move. So whereabouts in the world then have you danced? Tell us about those experiences, what it was like. I mean, in Norway, did you learn the language? Did you have to learn the language?
Everybody speaks English.
Okay.
And they've got British accent or they've got an American accent. And so I did try and learn the language. But no matter how much I spoke Norwegian, they would always speak English back to me. So I didn't get a little bit Norwegian.
Okay.
So yeah, but I traveled quite a bit. So I spent some time in Norway, some time in Sweden, some time in Denmark. So and the languages there are quite, you know, they're slightly yeah.
Well, my brother,
as the white would call it hurdy-gurdy.
Yeah, that's right. Well, also for our audience, Martin and my brother Dwight Powell, they dance together. And my brother, he lives now in Denmark. He's a Danish. He's lived there for the past 20 years in Denmark, and he speaks Danish. And it's like, what? It's really hard. It's a really hard language.
Yeah, it's Germanic.
It's not a sexy language. It's really yeah. Sorry, that doesn't sound right at all. But it's a really hard language to learn and to speak.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to ask you, Winnie, you know, when you were in Norway, what was that experience like for you living? Because how long were you there for?
Initially, I thought I'd only do 6 months. But initially I was there before I moved on anywhere else. I was there for 2 years.
Wow.
I was there for 2 years. And I think what saved me was the first weekend I went out when I moved over there. I won 2 tickets to go around the world in a competition in a club. Ridiculous. I know it's ridiculous.
Wow.
But I won 2 tickets to go around the world, and I couldn't, obviously I just got a new job and I couldn't afford to travel around the world. So what the airline agreed was they'd let me fly anywhere I wanted, bit by bit, until the value of the tickets was gone. So I literally used to fly home, man, every weekend, because I had to come home, get some rice and peas and some out there, some hard living out there, man, you know. So that's what saved me, man. The fact that I was able to travel back home regularly. I don't think I'd have coped out there, to be honest.
Why?
So it's you know what, Bergen, man, when I got there, it was, man, it's one of the few black men. It was a racist.
Wow.
You know, so I could be on stage performing for the King and Queen of Norway, and then come off and get straight into a fight. It was just standard. It was I guess I left England at the age of 19, pretty naive, a little bit soft. But all throughout my time, I had to cut and carve my space out. But I was prepared to do that because of the joy and because of what I wanted to achieve in my career. So I made sure I cut that space out. So in Bergen, for example, my flat where I lived, man, everybody in that town knew Little Jamaica. You could say Little Jamaica, everybody would say, yep, they knew it was my house. They knew it was my flat. You know, if you go to somebody on the street and say, oh, where are you going to? I'm going to Little Jamaica. They knew you were going to Martin Hylton's house. So yeah, I carved out that space for myself.
So did you suffer a lot of racism then? Was this like within the dance group, or was this?
No, not at work. Not at work.
Right.
Not a chance. Not at work. That's I mean, always there's always biases in that subtle form of racism. But no, not at work. This is walking the streets. This is, you know, just your day-to-day life. You know, it was hard, man. It was hard, and I can honestly say I learned how to fight out.
Yeah.
I learned. That's why. Yeah, I learned to fight out there. Not everybody's like Leeds is hard, and yeah, that's it was. It's not like that now.
Yeah.
You know, not for Black people. And again, there's a lot. I mean, we went back to 1990. You know, so it was a very different place to what it is now.
Wow, wow. And now you're the director of Teens Valley Base. So how do you find that now you're on the other side? Go on.
No, now in 2012, I set up my own company called Gateway Studios. So I'm the founding artistic director. Yeah, I'm a boss.
Wow.
No, I'm laughing, I'm joking. It's, you know what, I had to set up my own company because after I went back to university, and I went back to university at the age of 40, and I went back to university, I got my master's degree. I'm in the Northeast here, I'm one of the most experienced dance artists. I couldn't get a job.
Wow.
And so I thought, well, you know what, I'll make one. You know, I'm lucky, I've coming from Leeds, you know, I've seen I've been surrounded by my elders who all they did was innovate.
Yeah.
You know, so we've got David Hamilton, Leo, he started Phoenix. You know, I was there at the birth of the Northern School of Contemporary Dance on Chapeltown Road. We were there when we was up in Bergen, man, before it moved down, but that all came out of Harehills. Edward Lynch, when he birthed RJC, which is still going on today.
Yeah.
Gail Parmel, who's moved down to Birmingham, and she's got Ace Dance and Music in Birmingham. So that was, for me, it was a natural thing to go, look, man, we innovate stuff.
Right.
We make, you know, we don't, yes, we don't come from a place where we're privileged enough to have things passed on to us, you know,
Yeah.
and then even being one of the most experienced artists here in the Northeast, it wasn't easy for me to go and get a job. You know, I would see other people with much less experience reaching places that I could only wish to get to. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start my own organization. And you know, I remember the days when we started, I had 2 students. I only had 2 students, and it was hard starting out, man. But now we've managed to again carve out a space, an environment where, you know, people like myself can flourish. We can work on merit, you know, and get the job done, and not this lip service that we're hearing at the moment from a lot of places. We get the job done, in terms of, it's not about creating pieces of art or performance pieces or dance pieces, although we do that. It's about our community. It's about how we engage with people. It's about bettering people's lives, empowering those less fortunate than us, raising aspirations. You know, I think I was talking about, on Friday, I was talking about students that we have, and getting them an apprenticeship with an organization called Streetwise that does youth work.
Okay.
You know, and so it's not about these young students becoming professional dancers, although we do have that strand as well. But
yeah,
you know, the values of our organization is about enhancing people's lives.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
using our art, using our art form to maybe even get across opinions in a creative performance, you know, a dance performance, and we can share opinions, we can share different views.
Yeah. So do you go in schools to get young people to join, or how do young people, you know about you?
Yeah, we struggled over COVID, so we've had to stop and restart. And I can tell you what the plan is in the future, which is we've always gone into schools. But what I don't want to give you no trade secrets away of how I do that. My USP, you know, because I don't know who in the Northeast is listening to steal my idea. But in a nutshell, yes, we go into schools, and in the same way that Mario Pili, it's nothing new. There's nothing great about what we're trying to do. It's exactly what Mario Pili did for me. I'm trying to do that for some other young person.
Okay, yeah.
Straight up, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No,
really,
that's
it's really impressive that, you know, that Mario Pili has had such an impact that all these years later, you are still talking about them. Now, some of us will have forgotten, but you've never, you know, you haven't. They've had such an influence. Yeah.
I'm not going to call nobody's name because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But I remember seeing one of those guys, you know, and I remember trying to say to them how much they meant to me. And I'm not sure they believed me, you know, because you dance for Phoenix Dance Theatre, yeah, you've done this, and you know, but we're always keeping it real. You know, people talk about keeping it real, and it's like, and I remember I was trying to say to him, genuinely, had it not been for you, I would not have engaged.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. And I thought if he does get a chance to hear this, or if anybody knows anybody, Mario Pili, tell him, yo, yeah, Martin Hylton's, yo, forever grateful. Because yeah, wow. Man, for me.
And that's really good, isn't it? Because it's like they passed the baton on.
Yeah.
Keep passing it on. He's paved the way. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's brilliant.
I've just got a few more comments here.
Oh yeah.
So from Lady Fee again. She's saying that you did some valuable work with the young people from the youth offending team when she worked for them.
Yeah, well, there's two stints really for the youth offending team. So we used to work for a company called Dance United. They were an organisation based in London, and what they used to do was take theatre into HMPs. And so they got in contact with us because they wanted to go and work in Wakefield. So we went, joined them, and we created some work where the trainees in Wakefield HMP learnt the steps, learnt the performance. We took the set in there, and then they gave a performance to the other trustees, and yeah, man, some life-changing stuff.
Wow.
Life-changing stuff. I mean, you know, what people don't understand is it's like, if you, some of those kids who take drugs and they get themselves into trouble and they end up in Wetherby, YOI, and some of those kids who steal cars, you know, they call it trucking back in the day. I don't know if they still call it that, you know, and that rush that they used to get. There is nothing like performing in front of your peers. There's nothing like it.
Wow.
And one of those guys actually turned around to me and said, the rush that he used to get from stealing cars and being out on the road was nothing compared to the rush he got having to have the confidence to walk out with some of those Class A prisoners sitting in that audience.
Wow.
Perform a piece of contemporary dance. And he was just like, after that show, he was just like, there's nothing close to it. You know, I guess it, and I can understand that. It's like, I think we've performed into thousands of people. But if I know one or two of my family members or friends are in the audience, yeah, that's it, man. The nerves kick in, and it's on a different level.
Yeah, yeah. But then I'm sure you can turn those nerves around, can't you? To like, you know, give you energy to like think, yeah, I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah,
but
you know,
I'm sure you did anyway. But
yeah, of course.
Sorry, Marcia, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I've still got some more comments that I want to questions. So one of the questions Lady Fee has asked, what would you say to any up and coming artist seeking to pursue their career from age 16? From the age of 16, what would you say to any up and coming artist seeking to pursue their career from the age of 16?
believe, 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 believe.
Amen. Amen.
Don't let anybody stunt your growth. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can only do this much.
Yeah.
Do not believe it, and surround yourself not by people who will only applaud you when you're up there. Surround yourself by people who will tell you the truth and be there for you from thick and thin. Yeah. When you're down at the bottom and you're working hard to get there, keep those people close. Those people who will tell you that, you know what, you've got a little bit of success and you're getting a little bit arrogant now. You know, those people who are going to tell you the truth. Stick with them. Stick with them, because the longer those, it takes years to make good friends. You know, and from the age of 16 to the age of 26, 36, 46, it goes quick. And any of those people who are around you for that length of time, you're going to need them. You're going to need them people. So belief.
Wow.
Stick with it.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. That is so true. You know, just keep believing in yourself, and you know, that's one of the reasons why we've got this platform. You know, to share our stories. You know, to inspire other people. You know, and that is such. I love that. Believe. You heard it here on Real Table Talk. Believe in yourself. Don't let anybody stunt your growth. I love that. I think that's really nice.
And then another question. Lady, where in the world would you really have loved to dance?
Oh, wow.
Would I really have loved to dance?
Yeah, where in the world?
And I'm going to sound really arrogant, but I've danced everywhere I wanted to dance.
Well, good for you.
And that sounds really, really arrogant.
No, it doesn't. That's the truth.
I've done South America. I've done all over Europe, Africa. The only place I haven't been is Australia. Yeah. America. Yeah.
Caribbean?
Not my favorite. Yeah. Caribbean. I don't know, because I get confused with my geography, man. So if Venezuela, Argentina, Cuba, you know, Cuba's Caribbean. Of course it is. Yeah. So
yeah. Is it the south side? I don't know.
Cuba. Yeah. So yeah. And I know Phoenix went to Jamaica. I didn't get to go. I was not with Phoenix when they had that tour, so I'm gutted.
Oh, okay.
I was in somewhere in Scandinavia at that point. But yeah, so be honest with you, yeah, I think as far as my performing career is, I am 100% thoroughly, truly blessed and happy to say I can't at this point, and it might change tomorrow, but at this point, as a performer, I think I've achieved everything was a bonus, man. I wanted to leave at the age of 21. I left at 19. Boom, job done. Everything's a bonus from that point.
Wow. So you must have loads of highlights then of your career.
That's what I was just going to ask. May has asked, no, you said exactly that. The question was, what has been the highlight of your career today?
Yeah. This is going to sound so soft and wishy-washy, right? But in my second season at Carte Blanche, we had a heavy program, and when I say a heavy program, I mean it's probably the fittest I've ever been in my life, because that evening's work was just horrendous, man. You know, I think I was dancing 4 out of 5 pieces, and our runs are like 25 nights in a row. I mean,
wow.
So I think the highlight of my career was being able to fly my mum and my auntie out to the premiere because of those tickets that I won.
Wow.
I was able to buy 2 tickets to fly them out to come and watch that premiere. And I remember how proud my mother was. And that for me, I got loads of highlights. I think that is to have been able to do that and to be able to see my mum surrounded by all these international artists and to see my mum in the middle more, just telling them as it is, actually see it, and they can't tell it, you know, yeah, tell it acting, you know, so yeah, that for me is really a proud moment for me to be able to have done that.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I'm all filling up here.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So you've moved on, you've got, so now what you're doing, I know you were saying earlier that you've got like this, a man's group, where you have a walking group. Tell us a little bit about that.
I can't take any, what's the word I'm looking for? I was invited to come and join this group. Okay, so here in the Northeast, maybe I think we meet once a month. So it'll be in last month. Just went my second walk with them. And it's just about a group of black men that get together and go for a walk. And we walk down the quayside, we walk down the Gateshead side, cross over one of the bridges, walk back up Newcastle side, maybe sit down, have something to eat, have a beer after the walk. And it's just about being able to talk to like-minded black men about anything. You can get something off your chest about work, you can get something off your chest about home life, your mental health, or you can just chat nonsense and just get joke while you're walking.
That's fantastic.
But there's a lot of there's becoming a strong presence of gangs in Newcastle, and there are no positive role models in terms of black men that you see walking the street.
Right.
And so to see a group of 6, 7, 50+ black men who are still, I'm not that 50+ black men are not fit, but this group of men are definitely fit because of the roles and the jobs they have.
Yeah.
You know, so they walk strong.
Yeah.
They're physically strong, you know, and it's crazy because you can see groups of men going, you can see people thinking, what's going on? Yeah, they're making a move, because it's just so not done.
Wow.
You know? And so I feel incredibly, even though I've been twice supported, because I know I could just send one of them a message right now and say, yo, can you give me some help? Can I got time for a chat? And I'm sure they'd say, yeah, but the presence and the impact we've had just going for a couple of walks. And I mean, you see it.
That's fantastic, Martin, because at the moment, you know, like we've gone through the COVID and that's been really, really tough. And it's really good that men are actually, you know, that you've got this group. So men are actually talking and opening up about things, because I don't know, for some reason, I just find it's harder to get a man to talk than it is a woman to talk. So that sounds really positive.
Yeah, I you know what, I think when we have, I guess we have our own way of expressing certain things.
Yeah.
So when we come together, it's a particular vibe. You know what I mean? It's yeah, I don't know, man. It's just sometimes it's like sometimes it's hard to even have a partner and share a silence. You know, when that first time you meet somebody and the silence is a bit awkward.
Yeah.
This group don't have that. This group is that we could just walk strong and maybe one person's talking to another person over there and the rest are just walking, just taking it in. It's just
it's like being, do you feel like you can just be yourself? You can just be, isn't it? Yeah. And that's really important.
Yeah.
That's really important to be able to feel, especially what I'm going to ask next is what's it like living in Newcastle, in the Northeast and places like that where there probably isn't a black presence, say like it is in Leeds.
You know what, I always say this to my friends back in this. I say it's lonely up north. Lonely up north. I mean, I've learned that my mouth can get me out of trouble, as opposed to letting my mouth get me into trouble. So there are certain situations, I guess, that could ask. No, I'm telling lies. The truth is, this is it. This is the truth. When we moved up here, I knew my kids would have to go to school here. Yeah. So I went to every local pub in my area, so that when their kids mess around with my kids, they go, "Yo, that's Martin's kids. You know what's coming next."
Whoa.
Standard. I got to look after my kids.
Absolutely.
Standard play. So I went in, and I think the first pub I went in, I got a 3 pint of Guinness because the man says, "Yo, you're getting this just because you're brave enough to walk in here."
Wow.
Yeah. Now me and that landlord have known each other for what, 12 years now.
Wow.
And so I now I go into several. They all know, they know. But I've had to go to those uncomfortable places, have uncomfortable conversations with people who go, "I'm sorry, mate. I'm really sorry. I'm that old in the tooth, man. I was born in 1971, and the word darky, I'm used to using that word all the time. It will just fly out my mouth. But if you can accept that, we can be friends and we can sit and chat." And I'm like, you know what? I'm old and long in the tooth too. I was born in 1971. And it just so happens, if that word fly out your mouth in regards to me, my fist might just reach out and thump you in it. I can't help it. I can't help it. So if you can accept that, we can be friends. And it's just how because of my time in Scandinavia, I'm quite used to carving out my space.
Yeah.
And holding that space. But like I said, I've got kids here as well. So I've got to.
I'm
not going to school and putting up with certain things.
Yeah, it's hard on the kids, isn't it?
Yeah.
When those things happen. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about your TED talk. Because you did a TED talk, didn't you?
TEDx talk. Yeah.
Yes.
I did at Newcastle University. That seems like years ago now. It is years ago.
How was that whole experience though, doing that? That's fantastic.
You know what? I'm used to performing, but not talking.
Okay.
So I've never been as nervous. That was the most nervous I had ever been. I'm sitting, I'm talking to a room full of academics. And I was really nervous, and I guess you've seen the TED talk. So someone said I looked like a caged lion.
Facing up and down.
Facing up and down.
Because I can't stand still. I'm a performer, and so the rules of the TED talk is that you stand on this red dot and you stand there and you deliver.
Yep.
You asked me. I didn't ask to come and do the talk. This is how, and I know that. And I just immediately start breaking the rules. So if you watch it, man, it's like I just pace up and down. I've got to walk.
You've got to leave the link for that in the comments so everybody can watch that. That's brilliant. I'd love to see that. I've seen it, but you've got to leave the link in the comments for us all. Okay. Yeah, so we can watch that. So I can't believe the time. It's like 10 to 6 already. Right. So has anybody got any other questions out there for Martin?
Okay, let's have a look.
And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Yeah. So well done, Winnie, and wow from Lady Fee. And she said, "Tell them," when you were talking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Martin, can I ask you, who is your superhero?
Are we talking like personal life or?
It's up to you. How you want to?
Yeah.
Like your influences, your icons, that kind of thing. Yeah.
No, it's really difficult, that one. I think Namron, was the first black dancer who was employed by a contemporary dance company in the UK. And Namron, when my dad died at 15, Namron kind of kept me on the straight and narrow. Made sure I turned up at college and didn't get into too much trouble. So yeah, I guess in a way, Nam's in terms of my career, yeah, Nam's been there. He's been there, and he knows me as a person. He's just, but I remember being at Harehills and Namron turning around to me and going, "Martin, when you go to South America, Martin." I remember looking at him in the gym going, "No, Nam, ain't nobody going to South America. What are you talking about? I'm going to be dancing in this gym." You know, and then I remember sitting on the plane going to Venezuela, and I could hear Martin in the back of my head, and I was going, "Yeah." Everything he said, everything he said to me that was possible and more.
Wow.
Yeah. Namron.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Martin, thank you so much for coming on the platform and sharing your story with us. It's been brilliant. It really has.
Yeah. It's a shame we haven't got more time because there's so much, you know, that we could explore as well. Because, you know, if everyone doesn't know, Martin really is actually my brother. So there's loads of stuff that we can, we can talk
Marcy knows where all the bodies are buried, man.
Tell you. I know, because I want to know what it was like for you, like growing up together. What was that like?
Marcy was a nightmare.
She's a big sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Big sister.
All the time.
Big sister, you're meant to, you know, she's meant to look after you. Put you on the straight and narrow. Is that what they say?
You did used to get some licks, didn't you?
Yeah, you see, she was bad.
It's all good.
And everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really nice because you can see that you're a very close family, which is really nice. Who support each other. So that's lovely.
Yeah,
that's really good.
We do.
And thank you to Marcy. Would you like to say anything else before we decide to go and see you all next week? Is anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah. Well, firstly, I'd just like to say, you know, Wendy, we are so proud of you for all that you have achieved, and particularly with Gateway Studios, because you started this. It was a vision, and I remember coming up to Gateshead to see you, and I remember you showing us around this, and it wasn't even anywhere near, it was a vision that you had, and you remember showing us the building that you wanted to have, and it was nowhere near to fruition, but it was a dream that you had.
Wow.
And you walked us around this building saying, this is what I'd like to have, and, you know, and your vision you shared with us, and to see it come to fruition and to see the success of it is just, it's phenomenal. So we're very proud of you, and I take my hat off to you. Well done, little bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that's really nice. That's lovely. And thank you so much to our audience for tuning in. And thank you so much, Martin, for sharing your story with us all. It's well appreciated. And for coming on this platform as well. Just, really do appreciate that. So for next week, everyone.
One more comment. So it's well done. Keep flying high, bro.
Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So next week, Sunday at 5 o'clock, we have got another amazing guest. We've got another male, actually. It's another male coming on the platform. That's good, because we like to have males on the platform as well as sexy women. So yeah, we have a male, and we have got Sam coming on. So if you would like to know about your finances, you want to get your finances all sorted out, you want to do an early retirement, or you want to pay off your mortgage, you need to tune in to next week's Sunday Real Table Talk, 5 p.m, because Sam is going to tell us how to do it. I'm really looking forward to that. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
So anything else we'd like to say before we go? This has been brilliant. I am so glad that we are back, and we will be back every Sunday at 5 o'clock. And if you want to leave any comments, you want to ask us any questions, or if you want to be a part of Real Table Talk, if you'd like to come on as a guest presenter, get in touch with us. Don't be shy. Get in touch with us, and yeah, we can have a little talk about it. And also, let me just ask this, if there's anybody out there who would like to volunteer to show me how to do graphic designing or anything like that, then please get in touch with me. Need some help. Thank you so much for joining us. Well appreciated. And we will see you next week, Sunday, 26th of September at 5 p.m.
We've just got a message come through. You're very inspirational, Winnie, and Lady Fee has a question, please, to ask. So go ahead, Lady Fee.
Yes, ask your question.
Call Lady Fee Fiona McIntosh. Yeah.
Has she asked?
I'm just waiting for her to put it in.
Oh, right, okay.
She says she has a question, please.
Ask the students.
To ask the students from college. Okay, so asking the students from college, what do you want them to ask? We'll just wait for that to come. So she says, ask the students from college. What is he asking them? We'll just wait a few minutes and see what.
Yes, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know, was it a question? Oh, was she leaving that because I was saying we need some help, a graphic designer?
Oh, she says she's asked it, scroll back. Okay, let me see. Is it this one? What advice can you give young men who want to dance but get teased by their peers?
Oh,
that one?
Yes, it must be that. Wow, that's a brilliant question. Thank you, Fiona, for that question.
It's such a hard one because that's not my experience. And when I say that that's not my experience, it's like coming up as a young man dancing, it was like all the toughest, the fastest, the best athletes, the best rugby players, they were all dancers. And even my kids today, I've got one of my sons plays football, he's a goalkeeper, one of my sons plays rugby, and they're doing quite well. And their coaches constantly say, it's got to be the dancing, got to be the dancing. That's what makes them different. That's why they can spin a bit quicker, they can turn a bit faster, they can dodge, and their feet are much quicker. So yeah, I'm not sure I can be helpful in any other way than saying just don't accept it, don't listen, don't let it penetrate. Get your groove on, man. You know, however which way you want to do it. Somehow you've got to be able to turn around and do what's right for you, not because people around you are trying to dissuade you. You've got to try and have that personal strength within you to keep going, keep doing what it is that you love, regardless whether that's dance, whether that's playing the piano, whether that's learning to code on your computer, whatever that is.
Yeah, no, that's so true. That is so true. Don't let anybody stop you. Well, like you said earlier about believe in yourself, and don't let nobody stunt your growth. And that is so true. You know, whatever you want to do, it's achievable. You can do it. So, you know, like Martin said, just keep believing. Keep believing.
Ultimately, if you don't like the environment that you're in, change it.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Change it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, that's brilliant. Well, Fiona, I hope that's answered the question.
She also says in terms of the graphic designing thing to ask at college, the colleges, yeah,
that's a good idea. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna ask him. Thank you.
But brilliant answer, Winnie. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Thank you so much, Wendy, and thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And we will be back definitely 5 o'clock, Real Table Talk, next week, Sunday, with another brilliant guest, Sam Lee, who will be talking all about finances. So we'll see you all then. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You stay there with me.